I'm going to have bariatric surgery. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I dieted at my cousin's baby shower, how I dieted when my friends were visiting, and I was on vacation. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how my first appointment with my nutritionist went. So let's get started. Dieting while at a baby shower. Super, super difficult. Dieting at any party is difficult. One piece of advice is tell someone you're dieting. I can honestly say that had my mom not been at the party with me, when desserts were brought out, I would have eaten them all. 100%. I don't even like chocolate cake, and yet I would have eaten it. I don't like cake, so why do I eat it? I'm not too sure. I have an eating problem. Oh well, I'm fixing it. So when you go to a party, my advice to you is to tell someone, because standing in front of my mom while desserts came out was actually super helpful. She was the one that told me that the cake didn't taste good and that it was not something I wanted, and that I had done so good for the first half of the day that why would I want to ruin it with a piece of cake? I know I kind of jumped to dessert, but I'm getting there. The other part is not really a piece of advice, but something that just was good for me, was because this is like the first party after Corona. Like, I'm still in New York, so we're still social distancing. We're only really at like between 25 and 50% occupancy in stores and places like that, like outdoor seating only. My aunt had decided to not actually have chips out on the tables, which ended up being great for me. I am a huge chip and dip person. I could literally sit myself right next to potato chips or tortilla chips or spinach and artichoke dip, because that is great and it's with bread, and who doesn't love carbs? I'm literally the person who will sit next to food while I'm at a party. It's disgusting, but it's okay. Because of Corona, and because my aunt didn't want people's hands like from their mouths into a big bowl of chips, she didn't have them out on the table, so I wasn't picking. That was one blessing that I don't really have a tip for, but if you can avoid having chips out, or if you can avoid being near chips and you're a big like pig person, try it, I guess. I don't know. Again, it's not really like a tip, but it just was what helped me. With lunch or dinner while you're at a party, you know going in that you are not going to have a decent meal. So for me, what I did is I made sure that I had my breakfast when we left. It was a 12 o'clock shower, so I had my breakfast, I had my coffee, and I made sure that I left like after I'd chugged a lot of water. So I went there and I was full, so I wasn't looking to pick at the table. I wasn't looking for food to eat. I was content. When I first got there, I grabbed a bottle of water. I was actually not drinking. I think I mentioned it last time. I'm not sure if I did or not, but as to help me not gain more weight while I'm trying to lose weight and not like drink my calories, I gave up drinking. I'm really only drinking 1 day a week, and believe me, I love a glass of wine, so it's been a little bit difficult, but I'm getting there. So I actually had it a little bit easier this week with being the designated driver for the party. My mom just had knee surgery and my sister wanted to drink, so for me, I was like, I'll take it, I'll drink, it's fine, I'll drive, it's fine, I don't need to drink. So I wasn't drinking my calories, so I constantly had a water bottle with me. So that helped me not be so focused on drinking, first of all, and not focused on like food, because I was so full from all the water I was drinking. So if I can say, give like any little tip to help, is drink a lot of water, or because you don't want to drink calories, so either drink like straight up vodka, I guess, because that's, or straight up liquor, because that has the least amount of calories, or what, but that's what I would say to you, is just drink a lot of water, because it fills you up and then you're not hungry. And when it comes to eating lunch and dinner there at a party, I would just say try your hardest to pick a meal, foods that you are the least amount of calories. Salads usually at parties, I have found the dressing is usually worse than some of the options, so choose wisely. Don't even just go for the salad because you think that's the healthiest. Just sometimes you got to do something else. So I chose vegetables that were part of another dish, and I chose actually a sandwich and then took the bread off and the eggplant away and just had grilled chicken, mozzarella, and roasted red peppers. So if it helps, it helps. I don't know if that's going to be helpful or not, but that's what worked for me. It was the only time I've ever been successful about dieting while at a party. Let's be very honest about that. I'm not very good at it. The next thing I want to talk about is dieting while you're on vacation. This past week, I had 2 of my friends come to visit who I used to work with in Disney. And, well, one I worked with, one was her roommate. So I love these 2 girls. They're great. One thing that helped me while they were here is I was honest with them. I told them what was going on, and I told them why I was dieting. This is not something I would recommend everybody to do, because you'll find out which friends are okay with you doing this surgery or losing weight or things like that. You'll figure out which friends are good with it and which friends aren't, and not every friend is going to be. But when you sign up for this, is kind of what you have to sign up for, because bariatric surgery has a bad rap with it, so you just deal. I told both of my friends what was going on with me, so it was actually kind of nice to not have to hide what was going on. So one thing I will say is, let yourself enjoy what you're eating. Don't pick things that you aren't going to be happy with eating, because it's just going to force you to cheat. That's how I feel anyway. If I'm eating something I don't like, I'm not going to continue to stick with it. So when I'm on vacation, I want to be able to enjoy myself and do something that, eat something that I wouldn't eat on vacation. So for me, a lot of it was just portion control, portion control, portion control. I'm the type of person who eats an entire bagel and then can eat a lot more. When the girls were here, I ate half of a bagel, and it took me about an hour to eat it instead of the 20 minutes or 10, 15 minutes I would have done to scarf it down. And I drank a lot of water. It's the only thing I can tell you to do. Drink your coffee, drink your water, and eat really, really slow. It's the only thing I can tell you, and it's something that we've all heard over and over again. If you're trying to lose weight, eat slow, take small bites. Yeah, it all sucks. But if you're really staying focused, chug water. I literally will chug an entire thing of water, like an 8-ounce cup of water. 8 ounces, I'm going this high. 8-ounce cup of water beforehand, and then try to eat, because it fills up your stomach and it's very hard to eat after. So work on portion control. Enjoy what you're eating, but focus on your portion control. The way I started working on portion control was I would really work on it at dinner. So I would start with, when I was eating dinner, I would put a little bit of everything on my plate, and that would be it. That's the only things I'm adding to my plate. I would chug my water, eat my food, and then chug water again if I still felt hungry. Then I would immediately come upstairs and brush my teeth. Once my teeth were brushed, I wasn't really thinking to put food back in my mouth. It wasn't something I was interested in. For me, one day, I actually needed to come back into my bedroom. I'm in my bedroom now. I needed to come back into my bedroom and legit go to bed. I told my parents I finished eating and then came upstairs and that was it. So that's one thing I would say to you. Sometimes you have to put yourself to bed, or at least get away from food completely, in order to make sure that that's the end of the night, that's the end of what you're eating, that's it, you're done. And one thing, if you can do it, stay away from desserts. When you finish eating your dinner, stop eating. Thankfully, my family, we are not big dessert people. That doesn't mean I wouldn't snack on popcorn while I'm watching a movie. So just try not to eat after dinner. Try brushing your teeth, try chewing a piece of gum, anything to make sure that you're not putting something else in your mouth. That could be inappropriate, but the last thing that I want to talk about is my nutrition class. My nutrition class went really well. It was very quick, but it actually was the first preliminary appointment that I had. It was a group class discussing what healthy living, bariatric lifestyle, pre-op and post-op diets too. And this was the first step to then be able to get a one-on-one appointment with a nutritionist. My nutritionist's name will be Michelle. So once I did that class, I can now move on and get a class with Michelle, and she will give me my nutritionist clearance. So a lot of people keep in touch with her after surgery. They don't just go to the first 2 appointments and then drop her. So hopefully I'll be able to continue to talk to her. She was really helpful in the, it was a Zoom, words are very hard right now. It is like 10:30 at night and I don't function after like 10. It was a Zoom appointment, so it was very hard to ask all the questions I wanted to, but once it's a one-on-one appointment and I'll actually be in person with her in that one, I can ask all the questions that I wanted to ask. So way better news than it was a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, videos ago, whatever it was. Today was a good day. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. I also was able to schedule my appointments with the pulmonologist and what else did I do? Oh, the endocrinologist, the gastroenterologist for an endoscopy. So those are my next 2 appointments that I have to go to. I also have to make a psychiatric appointment, a cardiologist appointment. I have to get an ultrasound of my stomach done, and I think that's it. And in September, I have an appointment with the nurse practitioner for my bariatric surgeon. So after this week, after this month I'll weigh in with my nutritionist instead of weighing in with my doctor. And then I will actually be able to go back to my nurse practitioner that I really liked. So she will weigh me from August on. So fingers crossed, and sorry I'm rambling, and have a great night.